Hey everyone, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home, and today we have another one of my favorite types of videos. This is a collection update. So I'm going to be going through a bunch of new Blu-ray and 4K movies that I've added to my collection. Some that I purchased myself from several different websites and stores over the last few weeks, and some which I did get in for review. So we're going to start things off with the ones that I purchased. I'll let you know where I got them from, what kind of deals I got. Maybe you'll pick up some for yourself. And then we'll go into all the new and early release copies that I get sent to me from the different studios and independent labels out there. Now, if you enjoy this video and you love movie collecting, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, you like movie reviews, home theater stuff, any of that, please subscribe to the channel. You can help us hit our goal of 100,000 subscribers here in 2022. I'd really appreciate it. It would mean a whole lot to me and the community if we got that far, and subscribing helps us get there. So let's jump right into things, and I'm going to kick it off with an A24 4K release. We've got Lamb on 4K. I purchased this directly from the A24 shop at a24shop.com. It's the only way you can own this on 4K, at least in the US on physical, and it's another really cool A24 shop exclusive. Got some really nice packaging. Opening it up, you got some really cool disc art, and you got a booklet in here, and you got some essays and behind the scenes stuff. It's a really nice, Criterion-esque package, I would say. So A24 has been doing some of these exclusives now. They've done a couple. Midsommar and Lamb were two of their most recent ones, and I expect many more to come from them because I think they're selling pretty well. Now, these next three I purchased from Bull Moose. I'd been meaning to make a purchase there for a little bit, and I had to pick up some titles that were kind of filling some missing spots in my collection. One of them being Freaky. I never got this movie, never grabbed it, and actually didn't see it when it came out. So was happy to pick this up. Got a used copy for like $8 from them with the slipcover, which is nice. And then to get to free shipping, I purchased a couple other titles, one being Buried, which is a very claustrophobic Ryan Reynolds movie, basically all set in one location, and that is inside a coffin under the ground. And then I also picked up from Severin Films Deep Blood. Now this is another sort of Jaws knockoff. I love the Italian and European Jaws knockoffs, and I had to have this one in the collection. People commented on a TikTok I made about Jaws, and they told me if you like those Jaws knockoffs, you got to pick that one up. So that was the main reason why I went to Bull Moose, because they still had a copy of it. And then I did make one eBay purchase, and that was for this movie, Antiviral on Blu-ray. I grabbed this because it's directed by Brandon Cronenberg, who's David Cronenberg's son. I really liked his movie Possessor, and so I started looking into what else he had done, and I saw this one. This also stars Caleb Landry Jones, who I really liked. He was in Get Out and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and it has Malcolm McDowell as well as Sarah Gadon. So pretty cool. I love the concept of it. It's another sort of psychological horror, body horror type movie like Possessor was. So I'm excited and looking forward to checking it out. And if you like David Cronenberg stuff, I think you'll really like his son's work. He's doing really cool stuff. So those were a couple quick purchases over the last week, and then I did place a big order with HamiltonBook.com. I spent about $150 or $200 with them because my dad's birthday is coming up and he is a book collector, so I purchased a few books from Hamilton Book for him. And then while I was on the site, I said, let's check out the movies, and I added a bunch, I think like 10 or 12 to my cart, and grabbed them as well. So first one here, we got Gumby, the Gumby movie. Didn't know this existed, but whenever I see a kind of unique case like this, I have to have it. Not my favorite case in the world because it doesn't actually fit in the shelf. It's a little bit taller than a standard Blu-ray, but I thought it was pretty cool, and I grew up on the Gumby cartoon, so that one was neat. Also, all of these titles from Hamilton Book, under $5. Some of them were $1.95, some were $2.95, and I know some of these have popped up at the Dollar Tree, but you know what? If I can save a little bit of gas and not drive like a crazy man to 15 different Dollar Trees looking for these titles, and Hamilton Book has them for $2 instead of $1, I'll take that all day. So some more I got here. This one's from Shout Factory. 2-minute warning, 91,000 people, 33 exit gates, 1 sniper. Charlton Heston stars in this. Thought it was a pretty cool concept. Also grabbed a Blu-ray 3D and 2D Blu-ray of Monster House. Didn't have this in my collection, but I think it's a great kids movie and a really good entry into horror. Plus it's got Steven Spielberg behind it. It's actually a pretty good movie, kind of like that Polar Express type animation though. Also got Nothing Bad Can Happen. This is a Draft House Films Blu-ray release. They're now called Neon. They've gone on to a different label, but I love these independent releases from Draft House Films, and I sort of collect them, so had to have that for like $2. Then I got another one from RLJ and Shudder, which is Gwen. This came with the slipcover. I love the Shudder exclusive horror movies. Always grabbing those where I can. Also grabbed one that I've been meaning to check out for a while, Charlize Theron in Young Adult on Blu-ray. I've heard great things about her performance and this movie, so I wanted to grab that. Another one to fill some holes in the collection, we got The Butterfly Effect and The Butterfly Effect 2. Now, I don't care much for the sequel, but the first Butterfly Effect is still a really effective psychological thriller, and not having it on Blu-ray, I figured, hey, why not grab the double pack, right? Then we got a documentary here. We got Into the Abyss, which is a Werner Herzog movie, which kind of studies people on death row, why people kill. A lot of the same type of stuff you'll see on Netflix lately, but way before that true crime wave really hit. And I thought it was in my Werner Herzog box set that I have from Shout Factory, but turns out it wasn't, so had to pick that one up separately. Then I did grab a couple musicals. I got Fred Astaire here in Second Chorus. I know nothing about this, but said it was restored from the original 35mm, so I figure, hey, that's always a good deal. And then I grabbed a Twilight Time title. They're usually pretty limited editions, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 copies. And I got Hello Frisco, Hello. Know nothing about it, but it was like a sort of 1940s wartime musical. I always think those are kind of interesting, and I know my wife really likes them, so I picked that up. Again, we're talking like $2 or $3 a pop. Also grabbed Hobo with a Shotgun. Didn't have this in my collection, but so many people told me I needed to own it. So again, for $2, that's a no-brainer. And then the last one I got is another documentary called City of Ghosts. This is from the same director as Cartel Land, which was Oscar nominated in 2015 and is an excellent documentary about the Mexican cartels. And there's actually some guys in Texas who like cross the border and like try to fight the cartels and keep drugs out of the US. It's a really crazy look into what's going on down there on the US-Mexican border and the drug war. But this is his follow-up, and this actually covers basically the rise of ISIS and what happened in some of the major cities. I believe this one is specifically on Raqqa. I hope I said that right, but 2014 when ISIS took over, it explores that. So very, very interesting documentary there that I'm looking forward to checking out. So those are all the ones that I've bought. I had a pretty busy last couple weeks. I've been checking out from Hamilton Book, Bull Moose, been checking out eBay, went to A24 Shop, and I'm really still loving Groove or Groove.com, GRUV.com. Really great place to get some deals, and I've been really loving their sales lately. So I have a couple coming from them as well. If you want to check them out and these other stores, the links will be down in the description. But I know I'm going pretty fast. It's because I have a lot of titles, and now we're going to dive into what I got for review. So just recently, this just showed up, and I'm really excited, from Universal and Focus Features. It's Belfast, which was nominated for some Oscars, and I think has a good chance to maybe win. Black and white movie, great Irish-British cast. Can't wait to watch this one. Also, if you're following the channel, you probably saw this, but from Warner Brothers, I did get The Green Mile. I did a 4K review of this. Very good 4K disc. Highly recommend you checking out that full video review on my channel if you want to learn more, but well worth picking up. Another one here from Universal, I got the 355. Did not hear good things about this. It really flopped. It has an interesting cast: Diane Kruger, Penelope Cruz, Jessica Chastain, Lupita Nyong'o, and Bing Bing Fong, but I heard really bad things. I heard it was kind of like a forced movie. Nobody was really into it. Now I got a couple from MVD Entertainment. I got Ghost Riders, which is, I believe, like sort of a cult movie. I want to say it's from like the 80s, 1987 it looks like. Definitely a B movie, definitely cheesy stuff, but that's what MVD does so well. And then I've got another MVD Rewind title, which is Liar's Moon with Matt Dillon. So this goes way back, early Matt Dillon, but kind of a romantic movie, I guess, romantic drama, I guess you could call it. I had not heard of it, but very cool to see these movies come to Blu-ray that have never got a Blu-ray release previously. Now also from Universal and MGM, Universal had a big couple weeks. We got House of Gucci on Blu-ray. I did hear mixed things on this, but I am looking forward to it because of the cast. I think it could be decent. I like everybody that's in the cast. It's Ridley Scott. I'm sure maybe it wasn't the most popular movie. I was surprised it didn't get any nominations, but I'll be checking that out. Then from Paramount, I did get Clifford the Big Red Dog, which I had no idea even released. I don't know if this came out in theaters or what. totally flew under the radar for me, maybe because my son's too young to still care about this stuff. If he was 2 or 3 years old, I probably would have heard of this. But anyway, happy to have it because it's something to show him in a few years. And then also from Paramount, I have Escape from LA. Now, this is the incorrect audio version. This was recalled. And what they're saying is, if you have the white UPC code on the back, that means you have the old disc. If you get the yellow UPC code on the back, that means it's corrected. They tried to pull as many off the shelves as they could, but Ralph Potts over at AVS Forums actually found out about the audio error on this in his review. So I never got to review it, but I'm not going to now until I get a corrected copy with the right audio, so it's a fair review. But just know if you pre-ordered this, make sure you look for the yellow UPC code. You can see mine's white. That means I got the bad disc. Now we got just a couple more. One here from Arrow Video, which I was super excited about, is Deadly Games. First time ever on Blu-ray. They just found the new camera negative, or not new camera negative, but they just found the camera negative for this for the first time. They restored it. It's an 80s slasher, but I haven't seen it. I've heard it's very interesting, and it's one that gets overlooked. And I guess it's very interesting because it focuses a lot on the female characters who are getting killed. It actually gives them a little bit of a background in character development that most 80s slashers didn't do. Now, this was a pretty cool one. I got this in from RLJ Films. It's a 4K steelbook called The Spine of the Night. Now, it's an animated fantasy movie. I had not heard of it, but it has Richard Grant, Lucy Lawless, Patton Oswalt, Betty Gabriel, and Joe Manganiello as the voice actors. And someone on the cover here says one of the sickest, coolest, most mind-bending animated films we've seen. So excited to check this one out, but it does have a pretty sweet 4K steelbook, really cool artwork, and then on the inside even some more cool artwork there. So it's a very cool steelbook, and if you knew of this movie and were looking forward to it, they did a nice job with the release. And then we got one here from Lionsgate. This finally came in. I was waiting for it forever, and it was like a month delayed, but it's Saint Maud. I saw this on Epix, which I believe was the streaming service it was on about a year ago. Very interesting movie, definitely slow burn horror, definitely psychological, religious themes in here, demonic stuff, angels, God, the whole 9 yards. Very interesting from that aspect, but basically a horror movie, but definitely a slow burn, and even a little bit slower than something like The Witch might be. So if you don't like that, you won't like Saint Maud. But it has one of the craziest end scenes I've ever seen. And then another Shudder exclusive. Like I said, I love getting these. We got a new one here, Superhost. This one plays a little bit with like the influencer YouTubers who are trying to get more subscribers and go through some crazy stuff to do that. So if you like that sort of thing, American Horror Story sort of did a short like that last season in their American Horror Stories anthology. Also, the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie sort of plays with those themes as well. So if you do like that sort of influencer YouTuber horror movie, hopefully nobody comes and kills me or I end up in any of these movies. I don't like to consider myself one of these influencer types. I'm just on YouTube talking movies. But if you enjoy watching influencers and these kind of crazy online celebrities go through hell, then maybe you'll like Superhost. So that is it for the collection update. That was a lot of titles. I blew through them pretty quick, but I'm going to put as many links down in the description as I can where you can purchase them. Most of them will be Amazon links. If you buy them through Amazon, that helps support my channel. But I'm also going to link to places like Groove.com, Hamilton Book, Bull Moose, and the A24 shops that you can pick up all of these titles at different locations and support all these retailers online outside of just Amazon. I know Amazon's convenient, but there are lots of other online retailers selling movies for a really great price as well. So anyway, thank you for watching. That's it for the video. Just a collection update here. I've got more content coming, some really cool topics in the world of physical media and 4K, some sort of longer form videos I'm working on with some research that has to go into them, specifically about the industry and some really interesting topics that I've dove into regarding physical media, 4K, sales data, really interesting stuff. So it'll take me some time, but stay tuned for those. Also going to have plenty more 4K reviews coming here in March. Tons of great stuff coming, and if you haven't checked it out, check out my video on what's coming to 4K here in spring of 2022. Just posted it a few days ago, and there's tons of great stuff coming to the format. So physical media is alive and well. This now pushes my collection to just over 3,400 movies, an insane number, but I'm really happy with every single one of them, and I'm happy I own them. Nobody can take them away. Nobody can censor them. Nobody can tell me I can't watch it in my country or whatever. I own them. I own them forever. That's why I love physical. So hope you guys do too. Make sure you subscribe. Check me out on social media. All the links are down in the description. And make sure you check out all those other links and purchase links to help support me passively as well. I really appreciate it. Helps keep me going here. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll talk to you all soon.